So this is how out of practice we are because it's been so
No,
long.
no, no. The audience should know that Omar did, in fact, use his Prime sub right before we got started. So he mistimed it.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
definitely
not.
need to stop and mention it so that we can disrupt the show in equal amount of time. Welcome back to Warhammer 40K Imperium Maledictum Titanslair Season 2, Episode 9. I am Arthur Perkins. This is APGamingREAL. I'm joined by Omar Krieg of the Krieg Dominion as Velamris Quineel, Grimdark James, the Dice Mechanic, as Holly, and KainDamael, I guess is what we're calling him nowadays, or Nate, whatever he's going by, as Rassie. Omar, of course, wanted to make sure his full name and his full character name and the description of his channel were all mentioned so that he could get credit.
None of that is entirely true. I just wanted him to spell my damn name
Are you
correctly.
accusing me of exaggerating a situation for comedy?
Never, Arthur Perkins of the APGamingREAL
The
channel.
Perkins Dominion? Is that what you're about to call it?
It was about to come out like that.
Unbelievable. My community are called the realists because they're real as hell, man.
That's certainly a way to look at it.
Of course. This is a show, a dark office comedy. Hey, you want to let me do my intro, or you want to comment on it? You go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Sounds like I'm back in cancellation territory.
Wow, that's a joke. That's gonna go right past the audience.
Oh, I missed what he said because I was still busy laughing.
Yeah. I was talking about if we didn't meet this week, I was probably gonna talk about canceling the show permanently.
Oh.
Because we haven't met for so long, and even when we do meet, it's a long time between episodes. But as long as we can meet up at least occasionally, we can stave off the Reaper, you know?
Our last roll was 76 days ago.
Yeah.
And then it was 90 days, well, 26 days before that.
Mm-hmm. You understand.
Yeah, I know.
I came back from vacation, and I was like, these 3 shows I must cancel. The specter of death will come for them. And I showed up with the Reaper scythe, and someone put some lamb's blood above their door, and I was like, damn it. That's right, I went biblical, motherfucker, just like this episode.
That was deep.
This dark office comedy in the Warhammer 40K universe follows a rogue trader's logistical crew. No, not the rogue trader, not his officers, not their subordinates, the people that handle his purchases and invoicing. We're all the way down there. But hey, you have helped clear out the Light of Dawn. You've got big dreams like buying Geller Fields, remaking an entire Imperial Guard regiment, and creating a new chivalric knighthood. But what can you be said to have accomplished recently? It's been a long time. I know you may not remember.
We went to a party. That was one of the
went
last
to a
things we
party.
did.
You successfully got a Magos who is prepared to negotiate between the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Imperial Knights of House Favor, so that they can finally solve not House Favor, House the Knights from Angsara, yes. House Vandensarg. You have led him into a conference room and then let him shut down in a corner and then never spoke to him again. You have discovered a dark conspiracy of which you've
told... make it sound worse like it was, ATP.
Are you accusing me of exaggerating?
No, only for comedic effect.
In the service of comedic bits? Yeah, of course. You've managed to discover a dark conspiracy, which you have told no one about, although your Inquisition minder did stumble into it. And you have helped bring Johanator Vivore, who is an Imperial Knight who owes loyalty to House Vandensarg, into your counter-conspiracy to solve whatever dark problems are plaguing the House of Vandensarg, which may or may not actually be known to them or not. You've formed a closer, not necessarily close, but you've gotten on the radar of the Rogue Trader's Arch-Militant Grays by impressing him repeatedly, and he even got slightly involved in training your local Imperial Guard regiment, who you're reforming from being wacko flamethrower cultists into wacko people who jump out of airplanes with flamethrower cultists. which is a big step up, and then a long fall down. See, now that's a real joke right there.
That's the comedy your Patreon dollars are buying.
Ah, yes, that's the comedy your Patreon dollars have purchased. You have so much to do, so much to see, but the story is entirely in your hands. You continue to remain in that open world, go where you want to, do what you want to, and you've continued to impress people who are your betters socially, militarily, politically, spiritually.
I also have a fun note because I really like watching Velamris bite off way more than he can chew.
Yeah, happens a lot.
I have a note about him bullshitting his way into selling Clan Harbottle rifles as the new premier hunting rifle.
That is true. And then they were seized by the Adeptus Mechanicus at the end of the episode.
And I believe he put himself on tap to go on one of those hunts.
Yes. Well,
we did go on the hunt, and Luther got the kill.
Yes, you shot the
because
space
I wanted
bear.
him to get the kill.
Luther did some crazy ass shit.
Yeah, I think there was two or three big things that he did that was like kind of wild.
You legally sold the rifles, and then the rifles were confiscated without repayment by the Adeptus Mechanicus for being Xenos knockoffs. So you managed to sell rifles to people, and now they need a second set of rifles because their rifles all got taken.
Which is another opportunity for another sale.
You rewrote the rules of hunting so that rather than using their specific bolter one-shot bolt action rifle, they now use laser rifles.
Now we just need to find a way to sell them another bundle of rifles.
Well, what you do is you buy them from the Mechanicus.
Yes.
An authorized reseller. You guys have your FFL, right?
And then you boost the price when you resell it back to the hunters, and because of that additional seal of approval that you've gotten from the Mechanicus.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, listen, you guys are third-party contractors. You got to get your 20% over and above.
I do.
You got to
also
sell
have
for 5 times what you bought them for. Otherwise, are you really turning a profit?
Rogue Trader crew.
I also have a note that I have stumbled upon a totally not commissar for my flamethrower.
Yes, you got your lunatic lady to
Yes.
So our opening scene today is not in Inquisition class in the future of the 42nd millennia. Instead, it's set in an unknown and nebulous time. All we see is a sea of darkness. And then we see 5 sets of red pairs of eyes. And we hear in High Gothic someone saying, Dies ire illa, vos sauve infavila, maledictus eros, inflammos internum. And then the lights come up on a stage, and we can see that there are 5 noise marines dressed in elaborate purple and gold cloaks. Some of them are on a Chaos Space Marine Astartes-sized drum set, which is reinforced with like hull materials for battle cruisers, who just immediately starts wailing on it. Some of these guys, like the bassist, has what appears to be a normal guitar, except for the fact that it is also literally an axe. And then the lead guitarist just has a heavy bolter with some strings on it.
I think I went to this concert in Germany once.
Is this war? This sounds like war.
So each of them has dozens of gold and silver chains attached to their armor, like on anchoring points, leading to slaves, humans that are beaten and whipped, that are held in place by a gold or silver collar, who have etched into their flesh, not like they're not wearing them. Their flesh has been molded around speakers and psychic emitters. And as this band begins to play, dozens of sonic and psychosonic waves from Slaaneish's energy hits the front row of millions of gathered humans who are all huddled and like, no, the concert's about to begin now. We can see that these are the unfortunate survivors of what must now be a Daemon world. There's a guy in the front row who just is a skeleton. Like, his flesh flies off his body. His eyes are gone. His brain is still in his skull. And his last moments are just the pleasure and agony of Slaanesh ripping all of everything off of his body except his skull from his body. The skull hits the ground, his skeleton shatters into ash. People nearby like are physically wounded and bleeding from the concert. These guys go absolutely metal. One of them takes off their Chaos Space Marine helmet and has a long line of, like glam hair, like glam rock hair, like 4 feet long, and he starts doing the thing and it starts whipping around and like a propeller behind him. Some people are like, this is the best concert I've ever been in. Tears of blood coming down their face, lines of blood coming out of their ears. Other people are like on the ground praying like, God, Emperor, protect me, please. A portal opens behind the crowd. All sound from the Slaanesh concert stops as the 5 band members stop playing. And then you hear the sound of marching, drums, bagpipes, and whistles, gym coach whistles, as thousands of Imperial Guard members begin walking out. One of them carries a staff at the front, the Aquila, the double eagle, at the top, a gold number 47 beneath it, and a twisted 8 wrought in iron covered in blood. Someone who looks to be some sort of Lord Colonel steps at the front, blows a whistle. All of the men spread out. It's like a perfect recruiting video for the Imperial Guard, except that their unit patches are somehow strange. All of them appear to be a twisted version of the number 8. These men assemble into parade formation, perfectly lined. Salamanders, scout vehicles, chimeras, basilisks, Samaritans, hellhounds, all of them spread out. Just almost a dozen regiments representative men just walking through this portal. The Lord Colonel takes out his sword. We are the members of the Imperial Guard Blood Pact. Through service to Khorne, we find that the one true God, the Emperor, has come to end the horrifying noise of Slaanesh. Color Guard, advance! And then as they're like firing grenade launchers and bullets, stub guns, they're hitting Chaos Astartes who are 12,000 years old. That shit is just deflecting off of their armor. These guys just resume their concert as if they are not currently being pelted with crack grenades. People in the crowd are like, no, oh God, no! Like just from explosions and all that shit happening around them. The horrifying noise of a Slaanesh concert on one side, and a full like dozen regiments of Imperial Guard firing on the other side. Everyone is left permanently deaf as another wave of war opens on this front of a Daemon world. And then we cut back to you guys who are just hanging out on a beach.
I believe our last scene was actually aboard a shuttle because we were heading back up into space to go to
wherever you want to be, man. Whatever you want to do.
I think Rassie was going to do something on the Dawn of Light, and Velamris was going to go with because there was something he was going to do as well. I think that was the last thing we did.
Yeah, I think that because I just hit like a major milestone of progress on my thing, so I was trying to sort of give you guys a chance to.
Yeah.
So I'm just following you for a little bit.
You're muted, Kain.
I wanted to acquire spiritual guidance for the troops.
Sure.
So I want to go see.
I mean, they are all members of the Imperial cult. What specifically are you looking for?
I'm looking to. I want to see if I can get any members of the Imperial cult, anybody on the ship who's willing to leave the ship and become permanent members of the DDT to protect their spiritual needs.
All right. I'm just going to let you know that this is going to be a really difficult role, asking sororitas to leave sororitasing. It's not impossible. I mean, you literally know Holly, but Holly is 1 in a million.
She is unique, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to try.
Okay, sure. As your shuttle is touching down, you can see that the shuttle bay on the light of dawn, like all of the munitions and normal detritus that would be on the deck have been pushed away. And it looks like there are 3 sororitas who are using chainswords and their power armor to battle Mercutio Borghese, who is riding his assault bike and testing out his new cavalry power saber power sword. It is absolutely terrifying to watch a man the size of a tank fight 3 women who are the size of regular women in high heels and slice at them with the sword that is cutting through their swords like butter.
Now, are they fighting, or are they
They're
training?
fighting for real.
Okay, that's a concern because I actually needed to see both of these people.
Okay. Well, I mean, you don't know any of these 3 sisters as far as you can tell because they're all wearing helmets.
Yeah, like Velamris wanted to speak to somebody within the order or the Church of Dawn, Latania,
sure.
Whatever that's called specifically here.
Yep.
But Kain.
Yeah, I mean, this is clearly like some sort of training effort, but it is BattleTech
it's full
clans.
contact sports.
It's live fire. Yeah. Yeah, and this guy's going like 60, 70 miles an hour on an assault bike while swinging a sword. So each impact is like severing through, fully bisecting these chain swords in half. There's a lot of Dark Souls style dodge rolling as he goes back and then try, someone out there's like, you just have to perfectly time your rolls and then get the punish in.
The roly-poly. I know. I've seen that video.
He's 100% a Dark Souls boss. They're on their 40th try for sure. You died. Yeah. Borghese sees you all and then pulls his bike into a nose turn where he's just letting the real wheel into the air, does a full 180 in the process, comes back down, takes off his helmet, turns off his sword. The sword just all relax and collapse to the ground in exhaustion. He checks over with you guys to see if you need to talk to him or whether he should get back to training.
Velamris will definitely, I'm going to take a knee, and I don't want to step on Kain, but Velamris is definitely indicating that, he would like a moment of the Space Marines time.
All right.
That's fantastic for me because I wasn't looking to bother the man.
He begins moving towards you with that strange Astartes precision where he moves, but it's almost inhuman how fast and graceful he comes over towards you. He stands in front of you, and there's almost a gravity to the nobility of his brazen consul's armor as he removes his helm. You seem as if you need to speak with me, Velamris Quineel.
My lord, I would not want to interrupt your activities here, but when you have the time,
please rise.
I'll stand up. But when you have a moment, I would like a minute or two of your time.
I'm gonna make my pleasantries and leave. I'll my lord, and when I get ignored, I will leave to go further into the ship and do my job.
I think rather than ignore you, he just outrightly dismisses you.
Even better. No ambiguity.
Let us speak then as men do, Velamris Quineel.
You might want to check your stream. I don't know if I lost the connection.
OBS restarted.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything while we were in the middle of RP. I know what's happening.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying something, or Borghese was saying something.
Yeah, Borghese was saying, let us speak as men do.
As you wish, my lord. As I'm sure you can recall, I am in the process of attempting to establish some sort of knighthood for myself and an order that could persist in perpetuity. I have asked for your assistance, and you have provided information for which, one, I would like to thank you profusely for that, but also your blessings in actually beginning this. I have something I would like to do with young Luther here and the ecclesiacs, I think I said the right word there. Ecclesiarchy. Yeah. Here on the ship. But I would like your blessings first, that I may continue in this process.
Ecclesiastes is their OnlyFans name. Got him. That was really pathetic on my part, guys. That was a real
that was a pretty low blow, but
that was the real dregs of the cider there. What is it you require my blessing for? And the blessing of the ecclesiarchy?
I wish to formally establish the Order of Dawnfire with myself at its head and Luther as my apprentice.
You will not require my permissions to do such things. The ecclesiarchy, however, will claim dominion over you. You will be required. I am not familiar with the rules of this particular subcult of the Adeptus Sororitas, but there will be requirements of service to them and them alone.
My
You will need
intent,
to balance that against your necessary service to your master.
which is a challenge I am foreseeing, but one I am not afraid of. My goal, of course, is to raise an order, not simply just myself and one other, but several, many over time, so that when time does come where service to both sides, both our Lord Commander, our Lord Captain, and the ecclesiarchy, that those requirements can be met, perhaps even simultaneously. I wished your blessing because, for lack of a better way to phrase it, you are my supervisor. I felt it pertinent that I have that before I moved forward.
You will find no objections from me. I am less a supervisor and more of an observer. I am taking notes for the Rogue Trader.
My service to the Rogue Trader is paramount, of course, and such is the ideals for which this order is to be founded, that we serve both in memory of the Saint Don Latania, but also, and more importantly, to our Rogue Trader sponsor.
I am only concerned because while the Light of Dawn and its sororitas and ecclesiarchal members serve the same master for now, their service to the Rogue Trader is not eternal. It is contractual in nature. What happens when their order departs? Do you go with it? Does your order go with it?
That is a question that I can only properly answer if and when that happens. My intentions at this time is that we would have to serve most likely two masters, but one, the Rogue Trader, would be more paramount.
He puts an enormous gauntleted hand on your shoulder, and it's more like he puts his thumb on your shoulder and says, "No man can serve two masters. Indeed, if there is anything a long life as an Astarte has taught me, there is only one master worth serving.
Of course, he who sits the golden throne."
It is good.
I think I said the right one. Don't call me out.
Yes, you said golden throne. You said
Okay.
golden throne. You didn't say the skull throne.
Well, there's many thrones. I could have said the Iron Throne, and that would have been dead wrong. So
Praise the corpse emperor.
yeah.
The corpse god, sorry, the corpse god.
Jesus, is the blood pact in the room with us? My God,
Ultimately, all
James.
service is in the name of our God Emperor. Service through the Rogue Trader and his warrant. Sorry. Service to the Rogue Trader and through his warrant is subservient to the God Emperor as well. So that all roads lead to Terra, as it were.
I am simply concerned that your drive is to fetter yourself in honors and chivalry rather than serve the Rogue Trader.
Service is our creed. The honors will come, but the honors are not the concern. It's the service. And I feel that
Do
forming
you
this
not
order,
serve the Rogue Trader now?
I do.
Then why do you need to change the nature of your service to one of an ancient knight, as you say?
I wonder that my service might be better provided in this fashion. Although you asking the why of it is an interesting thought that I had not really considered, and one that I should consider perhaps before moving much further.
Velamris Quineel, let me ask you this. Why are you having this conversation with me? You have a master. Someone who owns your contract. Someone you have given loyalty and allegiance to, and it is not me. If you would serve him... Oh my God! Oh, sorry.
Oh, he's just in the background. It's me, motherfucker.
If you would serve him, and through him your immediate supervisor, perhaps you should be speaking to the Rogue Trader about this rather than myself.
The Rogue Trader is, of course, a busy person, and
I am also a busy person, and yet here we are.
This is fair, my lord. I did see a moment and took that moment to act, and perhaps the rogue trader is the better person by which to speak.
You share a breakfast table with the rogue trader, which is more than many in the galaxy can ever say. I suggest that you use your shot wisely. I am not well versed in economic matters as I am in diplomatic and military matters, but I have absorbed some small knowledge from the commander of this fleet. I would say that he is a man well versed to accepting an elevator pitch.
Yes, I too have heard this term before.
Well, we have long exceeded that time for an elevator pitch between you and I, so I would say that in the same way that I refine my skill with the blade, you need to refine your pitch before you are ready to bring it to him. But bring it to him you must before you speak with any ecclesiarchal agent. I fear that you are going about this the wrong way, but it is your path to choose.
Your guidance is what I needed most, and this guidance in particular has been helpful, and I appreciate that, my lord. Thank you.
Remember, in all things, logistics wins wars. He puts his helmet back on. I need to gas up my hog. He gets back on his bike and rides away.
All right. I guess my new short-term goal is going to be meet with a Lord Commander or Lord Captain. But anyway,
I want to go. I want to see if I can find the terrifying trio.
Okay.
Because at least I know them.
Yeah, sure.
is that the three that
The three
Sister Holly had to deal
sisters
with?
who wanted to make null babies with him,
Oh, those three.
right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah,
That was many months
notes
ago, but I believe that was the storyline we went with.
In my notes, I have been calling them the terrifying trio.
Yes, I vaguely assumed that's what you meant. I couldn't remember any trio of sisters other than them in a short period of time, but yeah. You find your way to them. They look at you distastefully, not in the way that they scorn ex-lovers, but in the way that they scorn, nulls like yourself.
Yeah, no, that. So, situation normal.
You're approaching tall goth chicks, and they're not satisfied by your approach, looking at you. The lead one goes, "Oh, yes, you're back. Is there something you need? A donation you'd like to make?"
They're sisters. There is a concern that I think that I am uniquely poorly equipped to deal with, and I was hoping to maybe get some advice or help. I'm sure you've heard of the Darkwind drop troopers.
They look at you as if they've never heard of this.
They were the auxiliaries that were sent to assist with the quarantine cleanup.
They are so completely dissatisfied. At this point, the three of them are back to back to back JoJo pose aura farming on you right now, doing their best to pretend they're not part of this conversation while waiting you out as thinly, veneerly, politely as they can.
They require constant spiritual guidance and surveillance, and I think we can all agree that I am absolutely not the person to do that. And when I tried to think of those who would be the most staunch, those who would be the best equipped, and those who could enforce what needs to be done spiritually, the three of you were the first that came to mind.
Wow, that was a good opening pitch. All right. I would like you to propose a skill roll. It's almost certainly going to be at disadvantage. On any level of success, they will have someone selected to go.
Let's see. I would like to try to go for rapport haggle.
Interesting.
Because I want to try to make this less awful for them. I want to try to bring up the a reminder of that that slightly higher genetic chance, and be like that continued exposure is an opportunity to provide something that could be immensely helpful to the ecclesiarchy.
Interesting. So you're offering yourself as catnip. Interesting.
Phrased 1,000% as a duty and service to the sisters.
As your initial pitch was haggle, I was like, I'm probably going to say no to this. But now I'm thinking yes. However, I would like you to propose what happens on a big negative number on this haggle.
Ooh, okay.
How could this go really bad for you? What does really bad failure look like?
Ooh. Okay. So, because I'm game to make this as terrible as possible if I totally botch this.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
So these people that are now the DDT, they were their own.
Yes, they were the flame
church.
wardens. Yeah.
Their own pretend to be church aligned.
Whoa,
militant
pretend
group,
to be.
right?
They're recognized members of the Imperial cult. Good sir.
Right, but like the whole start is super rocky for them, right?
Yeah,
like there's
sure.
a lot of I remember when we first met with them, there was a lot of concerns over the legitimacy. They needed to be investigated and all of that.
Sure.
So as much as it hurts my soul, if this goes really badly, that gets flipped super hard and back into the investigation. It's they're investigated by the ecclesiarchy here and now, and they do like a whole purging and fuck up my DDTs as they try to find the the unfaithful or those who are at risk of being dangerously unfaithful, and just gut my DDTs in an act against the rope trader.
I really appreciate you going that far for this. I accept this rule. I accept the bargain. You're still doing it at disadvantage though.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a fate point.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is the way.
I would like, because it's the first roll, and I'd like to not be at disadvantage.
Understood. They are rolling logic evaluation. Once I see your roll, we'll roll theirs.
All right, and let's see. I might be blowing all my fate in the very beginning of the game.
Sure.
Is that not how we play this game?
Classic.
It is the tradition.
It is the established method, right? Oof.
We're gonna spend a fate.
Yeah, sorry. It's 84 for the folks at home, which was impressive in its level of failure, according to our auto calculator. That's a 59. It's a 59. That's still a failure, but you could push it over the edge with a fate point.
To make it barely a success.
Do you think barely a success is good enough?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna risk the biscuits.
He's using his last fate point. He's all in.
I have 2 more.
He's using one of his fate points. He's not all in. Okay, that's a 20, 28. Okay.
And then I will spend my last one to make that a +4.
Okay.
I will literally blow everything on one roll.
I would need to roll exactly 11. I would need a critical super duper success. Did that not roll anything?
Nothing showed up on
anything
my
in the
side.
log.
Very well, I'll just manually roll. I need an 11. It's the only critical success I can get for this. Ooh.
That was close, but it's not an 11.
All right, so that is 1 degree of success away from you. So you're still at a +3, which is very impressive. Very impressive. All right, these 3 sisters are looking at you. They're kind of off put by you asking for this, but one of them is like looking you up and says, "I will bear this, sisters. I will go with him. Make the arrangements with the Sister Superior." detached service. Put the reason down that we wish to incubate a new null. I will do what I can to extract the genetic material from him as often as possible till it happens, and a side project of teaching these Imperial cultists the true faith of the ecclesiarchy will
Somewhere a
suffice.
saxophone starts playing.
Is it that one rock star saxophonist from the Family Guy?
Send one of the novitiates to gather my things and have me transferred over to there. Where are you quartering now?
I am quartering in the barracks at the Rogue Trader's estate on the planet.
Very well. I hadn't bothered to learn your name before, just your genetic profile. How should I refer to you?
I am Rassie.
Very well. So the one that goes with you has, I don't know if you know what I say when I'm talking about Hime cut, but she's got like long black hair that has an inner shade, like the inner part is dyed slightly dark purple rather than just pure black, and seems to wear a lot of sort of goth girl makeup and dark black lipstick, covered with purity seals on her regular armor, just like her day-to-day regular non-powered armor. Looks like she might be someone of some level of combat skill rather than high up in administration.
That's perfect, honestly. That is the kind of faith perspective that airborne psychos with flamethrowers are going to need.
She reaches out to one of her sisters and receives one of their whips, which she then ties to her belt and says, "You may refer to me as Sister Gamma. I will set your people straight."
I thank you for your sacrifice, Sister Gamma.
It is indeed a sacrifice. The things we do in pursuit of the God Emperor's judgment and justice.
I just can't believe your baby mama had to tell you her name itself. You didn't ask.
Well, as a null, he's got that negative riz.
Yeah.
That's for all the Gen Zs out there.
Yeah, we had to make sure we catered to them as well.
Yeet. There we go. We got.
All right. Okay, I'm canceling the show's back on the table. Just want to say.
Oh, hey, we like that fun here, guys.
All right. After I thank her for her sacrifice, I will, I will make myself useful in a way to cause you the least amount of distress I can, and I will look to get my null ass away.
Understood.
So I'm not a constant problem for her right now.
Sister Holly, you receive a scribe runner who comes to you with a torn off dot matrix scroll written on vellum, indicating that a sister is transferring to join your unit.
So can I just say, by the way, that during this time while they've been doing this, I've just been standing by, I guess, watching from a distance what these conversations are. I've also just dumped like a shitload of XP into growing Holly, including buying Reed lips. So
yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you got that whole conversation then.
No worries, yeah. So I'd like
Definitely
to
got the
feel
conversation between Velamris and Borghese.
Yeah.
I mean, that one took place right next to the landing shuttle because you got out and then bowed to him immedially. But yeah, this
basically.
One, yep. Didn't even need advanced optics to read these lips. The body language was highly confrontational.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sister Gamma of the Light of Dawn is transferring temporarily. She is transferring for her null consort, is what she's calling it.
All right, so I can read between the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a genetic match on a purely genetic level.
Yeah.
The bloodlines, they speak to you.
I just blew my entire fate in one roll.
Perfect.
But I think it's worth it, honestly.
It's not an episode if we don't have a massive fate point dump.
Yeah, I mean,
somewhere in the
I
first,
opened the
in the
show
first
with
segment.
a Slanesh reference, so I should have realized that we would have the thirst.
The thirst is real, friends.
Yeah. All right. What's next? You guys are in command. This is your open world tabletop RPG.
I would like to meet or have a sit down with Luther at some point. It doesn't have to happen right this moment, though.
Okay.
Especially if you guys have something
Why
else
not?
You
to do.
turn around, you speak to the person who arranges your meetings. Luther goes, "Okay, I'll arrange a sit down."
Okay.
My availability is completely open.
In that case, I'll just
Anything for you, sir. I'd die for you.
your loyalty is
We killed a space
It's
bear
welcome.
together. It made me feel like a man. Blood
As
began
it should.
flowing through
Here.
my limbs. I've never
Here.
felt so alive as when I killed.
all right. Take a breath. Take a breath. Sit down. Relax.
Blood for the God Emperor.
Indeed.
Eliminate
no.
all heretics and Xenos.
Yes. You're breathe. I need you to listen. As I'm sure you're aware, I've been spending significant amounts of time and energy over the last several weeks to train you, to help you perform your
Is
normal
that what
duties.
you've been doing?
Have you not been aware?
I thought you were harassing me.
Show me your sword arm.
He shows you his sword arm.
And I imagine by this point his sword arm is at least somewhat,
Oh my god, I'm
respectable.
jacked.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to go with Jack, but he's got to at least. I mean, this is not a
I
moment
have
of like
muscle tone
Duncan
and
Idaho and
definition.
Timothy Chalamet and Dude, where he's like, "Oh, you put on some muscle." No, you haven't.
This is the moment in like the Karate Kid where Mr. Miyagi's like, "Show me wax on, wax off."
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what this is. No. Now do it.
Wow. You really have been training me. And here I
Yes.
thought you were just a crotchety old bastard.
Well, the
He kneels
crotchety
before
bastard.
you with the sword before him. Master,
Yes,
I'll
rise.
follow you forever. I pledge my life in your service.
Good, because your life may end very soon.
The God Emperor's name. Skulls for the
Soon.
Golden Throne.
Luther, calm down. I need you to listen. I need you here.
War.
Soon, you will be challenged with a test unlike any other you have ever experienced or even conceived in your own mind.
He bows his head.
You need to pray for guidance and for strength and fortitude, the ability to persevere. In service, we live. The flames of St. Dawn Latenia herself shall soon be coaxing you, and you will need to walk through the fire and the flame.
All right. A totally copyrighted song begins playing in the background, very faintly, an acoustic remake of it.
Oh, that would be amazing. And have it just slow down just
Yeah,
enough.
and reverb, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slowed and reverbed. 9 hours. I've seen a YouTube video before.
This test will be soon. There are a few things I need to attend to, but you need to begin your mental preparations. Prepare your mind and your body, and most especially your soul.
He rises and then goes to find a room on board that he can turn into a monastic cell and begin.
I want to give him the predator man shake before he does
All
that.
right,
Of course.
he absolutely
And as
predator
like
man.
a
His
welcoming
arm
him.
is a fraction of the size of yours, but he predator man shakes you. I assume
And
at this point your arm is absolutely jacked from all your sniper training.
Probably. And I want to I want to give him the impression that like this is his final test, and if he survives, he becomes a knight of this order that I've not yet officially founded.
Okay.
So yes, he's also going to walk through the fire gel bullshit thing that I had to do, that Dawn did, that so many others did in the past.
Yeah, where you were protected directly by a demigod.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Luther is also protected by the power of the Emperor looking directly over him. Yeah.
We'll see
if a background side character who questionably has fate can survive.
I'll give him one of my fate points to help him out.
That's not how this works.
Isn't there? There is. I think I might have to burn a fate to do something like that, though.
Would you burn a fate on his behalf?
A fate?
Yeah.
Well, let me see. What do I have? I have like 3 or 4, right? I have 5 total.
I can. If you invite me to come and help, I can probably I've taken a whole bunch more talents now, which also help with extending my abilities onto other people. So.
Unbelievable.
I think
James is like, I could interfere with religious affairs. Don't worry about it.
I like the idea that like Sister Holly puts a hand on his shoulder while he's looking at the flames and just says, "Have faith." And next to him, a bunch of pop-ups for like 15 buffs appear.
Now we've moved into Overlord. Yes, I understand. Let's take 5 minutes shouting nonsense words all in a row. That's good anime time use. Okay. Yeah, Luther goes to find a room as a monastic cell, and I think he tells one of the ecclesiarchy priests, he's just like, I need to penitent myself. And he's like, great, yeah, we've got some penitent stuff for you. Pulls out like a long piece of leather that's got like sharp nails into it. And he's just like,
scourge.
We will
penitent the shit out of you.
We will take the sins from you, my son. We will bleed them from you. He's like, great, I can't wait for this to get started. I can feel the sin leaving me.
I think Velamris did something to that effect before he walked through the flames as well. Like
okay,
I remember getting his ass beat.
Luther is definitely getting flayed right now. Yeah. Holly produces productive martyrs. Define productive in terms of martyrship.
How productive are you when you're dead?
Yeah.
Your death.
Well, I guess the point of a martyr is to kind of inspire others to religious bravery. So.
You have improved inspiration capabilities in your death?
I can tell you that during the Second World War, there were kamikaze pilots who came back.
Wow.
Yes.
Not that they are martyrs, though, by definition. So.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So, they failed to be productive. So.
I see. So, in your mind, a productive martyr is one whose death is ensured. Yeah. That makes sense in a horrifying way. Wow, that speaks very poorly for the future of Luther, then.
So it doesn't say that I can give my fate points to others, but so this would definitely be a GM call. But I'm willing to sacrifice a fate point to ensure he survives.
Burn a fate point.
Yes, I'll sacrifice it. I will sacrifice it in order to give him the chance of surviving.
We will talk when the time comes.
Okay.
I think that now is a great time to take a break.
Before we do,
okay.
Sorry, because I haven't done a lot just yet, and that's partly because I finished both my long-term and short-term goals last time. So I'm trying
you've
to
also been leveling up. Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt you. You seemed like you were doing something.
In order to make sure I'm then moving towards future goals, let me just quickly run my goaling decisions by you before the break. So originally I put down my long-term goal was to actually
get the girl
join. No, we did that. You paid that out to me last time because we made the deal where that would happen. It was just a case of
sorry. Did you make new long-term goals and you hadn't shared it with me yet?
Yeah, no, that's right. Because last episode you paid me out the XP for the long-term goal.
That and your short-term. Yes,
that's right. Yeah. So I had both goals to be done. So I just put down a long-term goal of joining the Rogue Traders family. Like whether it's marrying, etc., or whatever the case may be. But
it's gonna be a finish all that's not.
This is a thirsty episode, is all I'm saying.
So I was starting to try and break that down into shorter term goals. And one of the sort of intermediary steps I put in there was to join the bridge crew. But I know that's your focus for
The third
season 3. So should I make that my long-term goal and try and even have smaller pieces? Because that is definitely.
I think we're getting close to the end of the season.
Okay.
Actually.
All right.
I mean, I'm waiting for you guys to start the negotiations, which will bring the season to a finale. You're kind of walking around it, but it'll happen at some point.
Well, it's because we're all setting these goals for ourselves.
Okay. Okay, that's my. So join the bridge crew.
I think join the bridge crew is a fine short-term goal. It might take you 2 or 3 sessions to do it, but it's a good goal.
Okay, it just informs what I will start to do after the break. That's all.
I'm concerned now that you're going to make something happen to a current member of the bridge crew in order to make a
James, not James. James wouldn't do that.
It would be a conveniently timed new job opening.
I mean, we're not vampires. We don't have to kill our people above to but to make space. But
I mean, there's only so many seats on the bridge.
That's right. Yeah. Look, Holly is nothing if not expeditious.
All right, I've got it. I know Kane's gonna know what I'm talking about. It's Delta Crew time. Holly proposes a new 4th shift to the bridge crew. Nobody likes those Delta shift guys.
This is where you learn. What's the not the line? What's the flagship's name again?
The Enterprise from Star Trek.
No. But what is the Road Trader's flagship?
The Darkwind.
The Darkwind. Okay, so this is where the Darkwind can actually split in 2. It's.
I hate that. No, the saucer section splits apart. Hated that. Always hated it. It's bad. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
This whole part of a cathedral-looking section just separates.
It's just the cathedral. It's just the cathedral. It has maneuver drives only, no warp drive.
It's so strange that half of Star Trek episodes are let us explore racism. This man is half white, half black. This one half black, half white. They're the same, or are they? Let's find out. And then all the Star Trek movies are like, woo! We're gonna ride horses, Klingons! The ship splits apart. Woo! William Shatner's back, everybody! And I'm like, as a kid, I thought the Enterprise saucer dish breaking apart was really cool. And then I hit my 20s, and I was like, is it though? Is this really Star Trek? I guess it is now, especially with the Kelvinverse shit, but the split section won't be airlocked? Oh my god. You break the ship apart and everybody on board the other section dies, I guess?
The ones that aren't wearing void suits.
Yeah, okay. How many people you think are running around wearing void suits to their regular crew?
The important people, clearly.
The way that I read that is when they do the separation, the bulkheads all seal from the outside, so you can't leave the section of the cathedral that separates.
Yeah. Okay. You're trapped forever. Wow, great. Hey, we're going to go on break now, and things are so much worse than they were 5 minutes ago the first time we were going on break. Now
I just want to point out, we're hitting all the main checkpoints for our episodes. Fate points, causing chaos, not really getting anywhere or doing anything, but somehow managing to meet our goals.
Yeah, we could just call this a whole episode. You guys want to call it after an hour? Anyway, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Something more along the lines of fortifications?
No. A basilica is a cathedral in which the Pope is given mass.
Wow. We changed the whole name because of a dude that showed up or not.
Hey, that's the Bishop of Rome you're talking about.
Yeah, to the people who the name change is significant to, he's a little bit of a big deal.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm aware. Something like roughly half of all Christians are Catholic or something silly like that. Yeah, I got you.
Silly?
I have no idea.
Oh boy, this guy's about to get fucking communicated. Is all I'm saying.
I'm surprised I'm not.
He's walking that tightrope, brother.
I still catch fire when I walk into churches. So
you still catch on fire?
Jesus, hey, we're back, guys. OBS has died twice now. It's not OBS's fault. It's the connection to Twitch, but now the connection to Twitch has also cut chat, so I'm not gonna be able to watch chat. So if James wants to make a bunch of snide comments, he'll be able to get away with that without me seeing.
I mean, I can read chat to you if you like.
Let's not turn that into a stream. activity. You know what I mean? That's real bottom of the barrel React Andy content. That's taking me to a new. Oh, hey, it all just snapped into place. Actually, great. All right, React Andy content. It is. What do you guys want to do? Wait, is James frozen? No, what is happening? The number of internet problems in a row is insane. What
Fortunately,
is going
it's
on?
not. It's the best part though is it's not an image where it's like half of James' face is on one frame and the other half is on the previous or next frame, so it doesn't quite line up.
And you know, for frozen face expressions, at least we get a jovial face.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, exactly. James and his Australian connection just. Oh, we lost him entirely there.
Yeah. That's where we're at now, guys.
Maybe we should have ended the episode before the break.
Great. Hey, what do you guys?
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, at least
back?
the so on my Twitch on my phone where I have Twitch running right now, you've got half of Kain on one side of AP and half of Kain on the other side of AP.
That is also how it looks to me. Yep.
That's awesome.
I've got my list of things to do to get my major goal, and now that I've spent all of my fate doing any of them is super risky, but I think we can all agree that I am that player. So
you are that guy.
This is also that show that we do that. So
I am not the player to let a little mechanical get in the way of my role play. If it goes badly, it'll go really badly.
Sorry.
I mean,
the timing on your disappearance was amazing, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. So this like when I redid this computer, it had memory issues, which I managed to clean up. But then I installed the new Acrobat the other day, and since then I keep getting crashes with IRQ not less or equal, meaning that it's definitely a memory issue. But I had like 3 crashes yesterday. And I'd had no crashes for like 6 months up until the Acrobat install 2 days ago, and now it's gone shitty. But that's right. I'll build a new computer next year when I get my bonus.
nice. You're gonna spend the whole bonus on a computer? What are you gonna get, like 4 5090s?
No, so because obviously I'm in this new job. They has a half yearly bonus, but they make you stay for the first full year before you get your first half year to make sure you stay. So
you're going to get both your half years?
Yeah, so I already know what my first half bonus is, so it's more than enough for a new computer. So, could you kick me out of the game because I can't reconnect because I'm still connected on the.
I don't know how to do that, but let's find out. Oh, kick player.
Yep, that's it. Bottom of the 10 corner, do it. That's it.
Wow, I'm glad I upgraded to version 13, except for the fact it's been a pain in the ass for D&D.
This one time it's been great. Every time else it's not so much.
Still not refreshed yet. That's right.
I think I'm on 12 still.
I have no idea.
I'm on 13.
You're on 7? Is that what you said?
No, I said I'm on 13. I'm always bleeding edge.
I believe that. I don't even know what I'm on. I'm just on whatever the website took me to. I also don't run anything on Foundry, so.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Omar. I think your game is on 12.
I think it is, because we talked about that before, where various reasons, like updating or switching it back and forth, it was kind of a pain in the ass for a little while there between the Alien game and the other one.
There was a different campaign that somebody was running on my Foundry, and nothing for that game had been updated, so it wasn't compatible with anything other than 11.
I'm not kicked out, AP. It's still showing as me in the game. I've logged in as guest, and I'm still seeing me as a player.
Really?
Well, we don't see. We see guest.
Yeah, same.
That's all we see for you.
Yeah, all we see is guest, because on my screen you did drop. It may just take a moment longer to.
Okay, let me
to resolve, I think.
Did you change your pronoun to Lord Inquisitor?
Yeah.
That's the pronoun you identify by now?
Lord Inquisitor Holly?
I'm not sure you're using pronoun correctly, but then again, I might be in trouble if I say that. So
yeah, you have to be very careful how you broach the subject of pronouns.
Like, just to be clear, my pronoun in Foundry for Twilight 2000 is cunt. So
Yes. You don't have to clarify
Perfect.
that for me. I know.
weird. Still, so I've logged out now. It's still showing me that like Kim James is in use in 4 or 5 players.
I'll kick you again. Would you like me to ban you? Would that? I've now kicked you 3 times, so I don't really know what to do at that point.
It's weird because like for a moment it just showed it as current player 3 and it's saying up to 4. I don't know if my Chrome is trying to like reconnect the session. From the
It might be
previous.
because it did dump a whole player, and then it went back to the, like right now I see 3 people. It went down to 2 for a moment, and now it's back to 3 on my side.
Can we
from what I
sneak
see.
you in?
Yeah, no, it still keeps saying so. Let me try a different browser maybe.
Perfect.
Control
These
V,
tech
shut down
issues are
Chrome.
exactly what the audience signed up for. That's
No,
what the Patreon dollars.
That's what the
go
I was gonna
to.
say. Yeah, that's definitely the Patreon content right there. They paid for this.
I love how we had such a hot first hour, and now we've absolutely crashed.
It's just tech. It's all tech crap right now.
Absolutely searing out of the sky. We
All
jumped
right,
out
try-
of Valkyries, landed in the middle of a desert. We're like hell divers, and there's no objectives on the map.
Try
And
kicking again,
and
AP.
one of us is still in the process of dropping. It just won't
There's-
stop.
From my point of view, there's nothing to kick. I only see
Yeah.
myself, Kain, and Omar. I mean, I guess I could try reloading all the way back, but you know what? Why don't I just return the entire server back to setup and kick
Yeah,
everybody?
mine's still showing us. Yeah, still in use.
Kain, do you really have attack helicopter where I think you have attack helicopter?
I'd totally forgotten that that field existed, so I needed to put something fun
Oh
there.
my God,
I wasn't aware of it
guys.
either. I don't even know if I have anything in there, to be honest with you.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
All right, server has restarted.
cool.
Can we
Right,
get
yeah,
James
yeah.
in?
Trans helicopters are helicopters. Just saying.
What'd you say, James?
He said
I
trans
said-
helicopters are. He said what he said, Omar.
I didn't hear it. I didn't
He
hear
said
it.
what
That's
he
the
said,
problem.
Omar.
I'm sure he did. I'm not questioning it. I'm just wanting to repeat it because I meant. You know what? I'm gonna sit down and shut up.
Omar Krieg of the Krieg Dominion. That's it. We're
Those are
canceling
gonna be
Omar
my
Krieg of
pronouns.
the Krieg Dominion. I dare you, audience, to go to youtube.com/Omar Krieg of the Krieg Dominion and post a comment on all of his videos. I want to
Please.
see his viewer
Please.
count skyrocket. That's how you cancel a man.
Oh man, the viewer
this
traffic
is my
alone will
worst
be
humor
amazing.
ever.
Please, I dare
I'm
you.
gonna get canceled.
Please,
AP, you
come to
missed
my
before.
channel.
when you went away for the break, Omar mentioned noted that Kain used 2 fate points to re-roll twice and said, "Can you do that?" And I'm like, "No, you can't actually do that." He's like, "Oh, AP let me." I said, Omar, I said, "Save it for the comment section, Omar."
When he made that second reroll, I was gonna say something. I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna let him have it. I don't. It's not that big of a deal to me. I don't care.
In my defense, it's been something like 76 days since we've played. I also think I did say you could just spend 1 point of fate and get over on that.
Yeah, I think that adding success level, you have to actually succeed first. But I think we've been playing it. If you're like,
I think you
at
can
a
go
minus
from a
zero,
-0 to a +0.
that
Somewhere out there, a
I could be wrong.
mathematician is dying based on me saying that.
Yes. Einstein himself is like, you're doing a what?
Somewhere out there, I've broken the L'Hôpital's rule, and that's really what matters. Sorry, the L Hospital's rule. Now I've killed a mathematician and put him in the grave.
Because that's how you do it. That's all I heard.
James, are you successfully logged in?
Yes, I am.
What would you all like to do?
I think we should give James a moment because he hasn't had a moment yet in the first segment.
Well,
I'm
I think
worried
that
about
my-
giving James moments.
That's,
I think
that's
that
also
my-
part of the reason why I think you should get one.
But my next moment isn't in this place. So if you've got more
Me
we
neither.
want to do here, then
It's a Velamris show.
I'm also ready to leave the ship.
Well, I'm not ready to do anything with the church on the Light of Dawn.
So you're
without
going to
talking
leave
Lord
Luther
Captain
behind
first.
to get flayed while you go do something else?
No, I mean we can wait for him to finish getting flayed.
To be perfectly clear, that fits our pattern of behavior.
It does.
Left him to get all those
I
elect
didn't say it didn't. I'm just
left.
clarifying.
For the benefit
he'll
of the
be
audience,
fine.
I just want to establish our illustrious history of doing exactly that.
Yeah, you know what? Because it's tradition at this point. Yeah, no, Luther will be fine. Let him get flayed for a bit, and then we'll come back later to pour flammable gel all over his open wounds and entire body. Because I got to talk to the rogue trader before I do anything else.
So you don't just want him to walk through fire; you're actually going to make him flammable.
No, no. That's part of the ritual, isn't it? You have to be covered in the gel, right?
I don't remember, but
I thought you did. James, am I misremembering it?
I don't know. I blocked that show out. So
I do that to every show.
I don't think.
Whatever.
I don't. think
Spoon is saying yeah.
All right, Spoon is saying yeah. Okay, you got to get in there with that flammable.
Now he could just be saying
jelly.
yeah because we said something else, but
I thought you had to walk through fire. I don't remember having to be in flammable jelly, but you know what? It's funny, so we'll say yes.
Yeah, you know, Spoon saying so is a good enough excuse for me.
Yeah.
It's Luther. Of course, we're going to dump him in inflammable gel before we walk him through the fire.
This brings me full circle back to asking: are you leaving him here while you go do something else?
Yeah.
Or do you want to force this forward?
We can come back for when it's time for him to get gelled and immolated.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well,
he's used to that sort of
He'll
activity.
be. I don't want to say tortured, even though that is what's happening.
He will have the shit beaten out of him.
He'll be in penitence until you return.
Yeah, Spoon says nope. It's the fire gel that somehow also helps you survive the flames.
Did it require the secret herb or whatever? The angry herb?
the gel that's made from that one plant or whatever.
Herb.
The angry herb. That's spicy, is what I hear. But
sure.
But seems like two of us have business on the Darkwind.
I have business on the yes. I need to speak with the rogue trader when he's available next, and then
the rogue trader is down on the planet.
Yeah. So at this point I'm just following along. So
it seems like two of us have business at the estates on the planet.
What became of his the guy, the weird alien guy that used to live in the house in
the Seneschal?
His Seneschal, yes. His Seneschal looks like somebody different now and is on the Darkwind.
That's who James' character is going to marry, by the way, to join the family.
Wow.
I do want to talk with that person now. Sure. Is that person? Do they present themselves as being the same person? Even though they look different?
They definitely use the same name for sure.
Okay. Well then, so at some point I want to go to the Darkwind. Sounds like you guys either want to go to the Darkwind or the estate. So I don't mind which order we do that in.
My intent was to catch him at breakfast, as per what Borghese had said, with having breakfast with him every morning or whatever. That was my plan.
All right, so we're doing that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, let's. I mean, we can stop by the.
Oh, sorry, he was a Chamberlain, and his name is Drablian Frengus, and he still uses the same name, even though he looks different. So you're arranging for a meeting with the Chamberlain aboard the Light of Dawn? Or, I'm sorry, the Darkwind?
Darkwind, I would like to, when they have a chance, yes.
Yeah.
Joining you on your shuttle is Sister Gamma, who sits down directly across from Sister Holly and pointedly ignores Velamris and Rassie. She looks at you and she says, Sister Holly, you're looking out of uniform.
Sister Gamma, I have been excused from ecclesiastical duties by who was it originally? It was what was his name?
Well, you were excused by the Sister.
It was James's
Superior.
Terrible Three, wasn't it? I forget who they were, like their names and positions, but there was the three.
Oh, you're talking about the people that he was trying to overthrow?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. They were trying to suppress him, her.
Yeah, I was told
she was given by a Sister Superior to the Rogue Trader.
That's right. Yeah, and I was told that to not represent myself as part of the ecclesiarchy.
Yes.
During this.
Are you having a good hot girl summer?
I mean, we are having a productive time, and
what about having a faithful time?
Of course, all the time. My current duties do not override my vows.
She gives you a
And
hard stare, then turns to look at Rassie, then turns to look back at you.
more to say, have you, Sister Gamma?
Committed myself to this course of action, but I would be curious for someone whose speciality was in genealogy to take a look at our genetic compatibility to ensure that I have not set myself down a poorly thought path.
Of course, is your sample on file?
Yes, I have it right here.
Is this conversation happening in High Gothic?
I mean, it's two sisters, so yes. Why would they ever deign to speak low Gothic like some sort of
Okay, I want to
proletarian?
establish. Rassie will say in High Gothic, whenever you would like to take a sample, Sister Holly, I will make sure that I make myself available to you.
Your
Pretty
file
sure I have
is
yours.
right here.
Yeah, I have your sample on file already.
Oh, okay.
She hands over a huge multicolored binder. You know, chapter 1, her genetic compatibility. Chapter 2, his genetic compatibility. Chapter 3, potential offspring. It's like Dune, you know, it's not just the first generation of offspring, but theoretical offspring. They might have 5 generations down the line until they make the one true ultimate null. He who will shatter demons in his presence just by walking.
The null of the outer world.
All right, I'll have a look. I'll start to see. I mean, Holly hasn't yet worked out how to turn her decision or her comments here into her advantage, so she's going to sort of delay giving any sort of response. You know, it's like I'm still studying it. You know,
over an hour later, you land.
I think. Sorry, I was going to say I need to sort of ascertain whether I want Sister Gamma here or not once I know a bit more about her. And if I don't want her here, then definitely they're a bad match. You know, so
there we go.
There's the grimdark James we all know and love.
It is. No, James has been fully present this episode. About an hour later, you land on the Darkwind. It has been a very silent shuttle journey, with only the occasional turning of a piece of parchment upon which genetic code is inscribed in.
Rassie,
the occasional awkward cough.
Rassie's keeping himself busy. He's using his little arm slate to continue to work on his admin tasks and just being quiet.
All right. As your shuttle touches down, you can see that someone...
One last thing, AP.
Oh,
I think definitely, as I'm reading her genetic information, regardless what's in there, I do say, a bit.
Yes. We've fully established that in this canon, all ecclesiarchal sisters are mean girls. As the shuttle touches down, you can see that someone literally rolls a red carpet down that stops directly at the base of your thing, and then a butler comes up with a decanter of water and several glasses and says, "Your level of employment offers several perks now that you have risen. Welcome aboard the flagship, the Darkwind. Where can I direct you to, gentlemen, ladies?" He begins pouring glasses of water for all of you.
I think Velamris will just take one, but otherwise defer to Sister Holly.
Master Velamris, hot towel?
This is
No,
reader,
thank
isn't
you.
Sorry?
I have a meeting set with the Chamberlain.
Drabley and Frangus, yes. I will have a cart summoned to carry you there. I believe, based on record times, we can get you there in a little less than an hour.
Being the ever guardsman, receives a glass of water, drinks the entire glass of water, holds out for more water.
Master Vedlock, he pours you more. Hot towel, sir?
Sure.
Okay. He snaps his free hand, and someone comes out of the darkness with like a warm, steaming towel.
I imagine he has a silver tray with a pyramid of towels.
Towels. Yes, they've all been assembled into a towel animal that looks like a small dog.
Rassie hasn't seen this before. He has no idea what this is supposed to be. He's just trying to learn, and he's trying to act in a way that feels like he's not going to dishonor this position of trust. So he takes it and makes his best guess and uses it to clean his hands, and the hands attack.
The butler looks approvingly. You look like you're confused about it, and he's just like, "Yep, that's how you do it."
I don't think it's to our benefit to have Gamma meet Trabian Frangus right now. Given he's a bit odd. So I think that I'm going to tell her, there's some of the information in the file is a bit out of date, and while we're having this meeting, perhaps she could find a secure restroom or something just to provide a new sample so we can just get some information on it. I'm trying to distract her with some busy work.
The butler gives you a glance and says, "It would probably be well to have Sister Gamma read into the procedures of our organization, as we are not exactly ecclesiarchy compatible. I will have her led to someone who can get her up to speed with our codes."
Ecclesiarchical adjacent, I think, is the right term.
You would know better than I. Sirs, madam, your vehicle is ready, and you can see that no skulls. Just like,
damn it!
Just like, I want you to imagine a Mario Kart, cart front, and then an attached trailer for people.
Is it at least gilded?
No, it's just totally played.
So it's not a golf cart?
No, not a golf cart. Just fully steel, ceramided gray.
You remember those little kid rides that would be out in front of grocery stores?
Yes.
You put the quarter in and it rocks back and forth.
Yeah,
this is what this is, except it's an actual automobile of golf cart style.
I mean, this thing is clearly not meant to break 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was so looking forward to saying switch it to rabbit.
I make sure that Sister Gamma has my Vox frequency for whatever she wants or needs.
You exchange numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
We
Right,
exchange
she puts
frequencies.
you in her Vox as booty call.
I put her. She's listed as the terrifying Sister Gamma.
Wow.
So later on, we'll be in some hardcore meeting, and you're going to get a text saying, "What are you up to?"
I know. Are you up? Are you up?
I'm going to be straightforward with you guys. It's going to be more like, get here immediately.
Her Vox tone is going to just be sassy saxophone.
Sorash
Amazing. Of course, you're
is
not set to
really
vibrate,
feasting
so it
well
will
on
be
this
loud.
episode. That's all I'd say. All right, you separate yourself from Sister Gamma in the same way you separated yourself from Luther. The three of you are crammed into the back of what's closer to being a Shriner's car than a skull-covered airport golf cart, and the driver goes to Seneschal Drablian Frengus. Then you hear it go up, and you're waiting for a gear shift, and it never happens.
It never happens.
Let it be a lesson. The longer the break, the thirstier the show. Unreal.
You wait till we play Warhammer Fantasy again. It's gonna be
Wow.
it's gonna get messy. That's all I can say.
Wow,
It's just going to be a horny episode.
Yeah, that's right. People in the front row will get wet.
And not in ways you would expect.
Nobody gets wet watching a tabletop RPG actual play. I'm just going to be straightforward with you guys. I'm going to be real with you.
So who should I talk to on the ship in order to get official portraits done of people?
Are you asking your
You
driver?
need your DA photo?
This is totally in character.
Okay, the driver looks back over his shoulder and says, "I'm afraid I wouldn't know, sir, but someone at your level of employment perks would certainly be allowed something like that. Shall I contact one of the concierges for this desk to see if they can arrange it for you?"
Yeah.
All right. I'm afraid I'm not allowed to use the Vox while I'm driving, so I'll have to do it when we get to your destination.
I'm gonna lean over to Rassie and be like, he could just stop here and make that call.
All right, he
and
stops.
Continue.
Pulls out the box. Breaker 19. Breaker 19. Calling in with a concierge request about portraits for level 3 tier employees. 5 minutes later, you're back underway, and you have a seating scheduled in 14 hours on board the ship, where the 3 of you will be placed in one of the forward observation decks beneath the bridge so that you can get a portrait with a starscape behind you.
Sick. I think Velamris, when Velamris hears that, he's just like, that is awesome. That is far more than I ever expected.
You're going to go get new clothes for that, aren't you? Fitted something really nice?
I'm going to wear that suit that I wore at the party, the one that was just
Did you bring it with you in the shuttle?
I can have it set for. I mean, it's 14 hours from now. I can have somebody go get it for me.
Right you are, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna task a concierge to go down to the planet surface to grab it for me.
I don't know that concierges leave the ship to go get things for you elsewhere. We offer concierge service, but I don't know that you're at like rogue trader level concierge service, sir. I'd have to check the org chart. A water bottle is one thing.
And yeah, I keep taking notes. Rassie's taking this whole thing very seriously.
1 hour later.
Did he brake too hard?
He turns the engine off. Well, here's your meeting with Drably and Frangus.
It's probably one of those electric carts where there is no brake. It's just the moment you stop applying any pressure to the accelerator, it just locks the wheels.
Yeah.
The 3 of you are ushered before a door where you are announced by a servitor, and when you enter, it's very Davy Jones. It's like a guy wearing a hood and like like Dr. Doomish style tunic cape over top of like a piano, and he's just like, woe and misery to me, as he's playing like a really dark theme. Rather than human fingers, you're seeing like purple octopus tentacles come out the end of his robes. He turns towards you and he has like a porcelain mask on and says, Sister Holly, I apologize. I haven't finished processing my latest eating. Taking me longer to maintain my form. What can I do for you?
It's a pleasure to see you once again, Chamberlain. Have you?
Is it now?
I'm trying to recall if you've met these 2 before in person.
I am well aware of their files.
He's met Velamris. He went with you like the first or second time you went up to the Chamberlain.
Probably.
He begins moving towards the table, and you can't see his feet. You can see that there's like a slimy ooze in his wake away from the piano as he begins moving towards a large, like, formal dining table with silverware set for the 3 of you, and then a large beanbag chair for him that he settles heavily into. And to be clear, he doesn't sit into it. He rotates to be on. He's like standing on top of it, looking down on you.
Is this guy Jabba the Hutt style appearance here?
No, he's freakier than that.
Yeah. He's a weird Xenos monster that eats people and then takes their appearance.
He's definitely the moment where the production crew argued about practical versus special effects.
Oh, yeah. We had industrial lights
VR
and magic.
or digital effects versus practical? Yeah.
Yeah. It was a whole meeting.
There were several meetings.
So my plan for this, just so that I can establish what I'm doing while Holly has her scene here, is like once we're established and Holly gets into this conversation with him, I'm gonna finally show my my gauntlet pad to Velamris, and I'm gonna ask him to help me choose what style of parchment that we're going to make the official. That we're going to put the official letterhead for the DDT for all of our official correspondence. Sharp parchment with me. This stuff's important for setting, a good strong precedent.
We're definitely going to have our own little sidebar quietly, where it's just like that scene from American Psycho, where they're showing business cards.
The business cards.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, Rassie, before you get too involved in that, I am curious. You are a fully activated inquisitorial sleeper agent, and this thing is a obviously
Not human.
hideous Xenos creature.
So I think my specific thing that I have to roll for is if I think that he's a psyker.
He's not psychic as far as you can tell. He definitely is hideous and alien, but
Yeah,
Very
hatred. My hatred is for psychers, but my disgust is free.
this is the Warhammer 40K universe. It'd be weird if you didn't.
Yeah, there's definitely like I'm going to talk with Velamris. We're going to do this shopping or whatever because wow, like this thing belongs to the rogue trader. The sister's got business with it. If I don't have to deal with it, then I don't want to.
Incredible.
Here, come busy work with me instead.
What a
Yep.
stance. What a progressive
I'm definitely
stance.
grabbing like bread rolls and every now and again, like when the meat dish comes out, I'll be grabbing little snacks off of that. But yeah, I'll definitely be sitting there going, no, you need to use the off-white eggshell instead of that.
What about the weight ranges of those? Of
Gentlemen,
that color,
my
right?
time is extremely valuable, and you've interrupted my ode to destruction. Sister Holly, might I ask what services the Seneschal of the Rogue
The
Trader
Chamberlain.
can provide?
Chamberlain, I came to you because I value your knowledge and advice regarding the Rogue Trader. We have gone to lengths to impress ourselves upon the Rogue Trader, to act above and beyond what's requested of us where possible. We have, I think, brought both glory and opportunity to the House of Darkwind. We seek no reward other than the service that we currently are allowed to perform, although we would not see some form of further elevation go amiss. I simply wish to ask you how we might be able to better present ourselves to the Rogue Trader if we wish to progress our station beyond where we currently find ourselves.
Where do you see your highest level of service to the Rogue Trader?
I think that in the trader's direct presence, I think that there are those who have risen to the station of his most trusted allies. I'm not saying that we need this now, but I'm saying that I would like to always see that as a future goal, and to ensure that whatever we're doing today, it's with a view that that tomorrow we bring ourselves closer.
Journey before destination, you would say.
Yes, I think that I know the door I want to go through. I need your help to find the path to that door.
What do I gain in the process?
Well, I'd like to think that we're allies. I know that you already have the Rogue Trader's ear, but you are one voice. We could...
He immediately begins speaking in three voices, and it is horrifying to hear.
I think this would be a narratively convenient moment for me to like. Rassie looks over at Velamris and says, "Perhaps we should go take a look at these parchments." And I get up to
As
leave.
you get up to leave, you can see that there's a weird dripping coming out of both of his sleeves. It
Yeah,
looks
I'm
like
gonna grab
human
I'm gonna
blood.
grab a handful of bread rolls and head out. I mean, now I realize I said that kind of bluntly, but
No,
like he's gonna do it with
amazing,
respect.
please.
Like he's gonna grab a couple of head roll or bread rolls. He'll do a quick nod to the Chamberlain, and then just scoot out with Rassie.
As Rassie and Velamris leave and close the door behind them, he turns toward you, Holly, and through the mask he says, "I did not dismiss either of them from my presence." Your team is extremely presumptuous with my time.
Well, since I've left the room now, perhaps I can be more clear that this... I seek this door for myself. I don't really care what happens to them along the way.
How forthright of you.
I mean...
You alone wish to stand in the presence of the Rogue Trader, then?
If they are beside me, I don't mind, but if they are holding me back, then I will cut them loose so quickly it would make your head spin.
Your scruples do you credit.
They're, right now, they're useful. So they've kept me alive more than once, which is important.
You are their
towards any
supervisor.
progression. Indeed, and of course their failures reflect upon me, I understand, which is why we'll have a conversation about them leaving. But as I said, it has given me the opportunity to speak more openly.
There are many ways to serve a rogue trader. One path to what you're looking for would be as a waiter. Somehow I think such a position would be of too low an ambition of someone as predatory as you.
I think we understand each other.
I will consider what position you might occupy aboard the ship and in the rogue trader's retinue.
And
It is
consider as
my
well,
understanding that the rogue trader has already marked you for particular service.
still, I don't just want to wait for things to happen. I want to ensure that I'm doing everything I can to progress that. And of course, while considering this, also consider how best I can be of further assistance to you. You know, I want this to be something where our mutual respect means that we both win.
Consider my position as someone who must meet with dignitaries regularly. And in this particular form, it is quite difficult for me to move about the ship freely. Many of the crew and officers and employees of our organization have no idea as to my true nature, and I would not have that changed. A fresh supply of attractive to humans, imperious, commanding in their appearance would be very helpful. The rogue trader does not look at my activities so long as I pay for what I eat. But my options for dining are meager recently. We have been long away from a port now. If you could secure a supply for me of the unique brand of humans, so that I might go among the people pleasantly, I would take that as an indicator of not just forthrightness, but capability above and beyond what is normally called for. The kind of person who might be able to provide the rogue trader exactly what he needs at short notice and extreme risk.
A million psychers a day, a sacrifice of the Empire or the Imperium can persist. How many do you require in what time frame so I can make sure that the supply is kept up with your needs?
Require one every solar quarter. More would be better, but my supply is running empty. I will stretch it as needed.
I already have ideas. I will begin work on this immediately.
I appreciate that. Is there anything I may provide you from my larders before you go?
No, I came here only for your counsel, and I thank you
No
for
book
it.
I can provide you with this time?
No, I have a task, and I want to stay focused on that task.
Very well. Please, it would be best for both of us if you depart.
Yes, I get up and leave.
All right.
So
You hear
am I
weird
dismissed?
splorching sounds as you close the door.
Yeah.
You walk outside. Velamris and Rassie are both giggling like schoolboys, looking at a parchment catalog that they've picked up from the waiting room magazines nearby.
I imagine somewhere along
This
the way
is how you
was a
can tell they've hit
conversation.
their 30s, by the way.
Somewhere along the way, there was a conversation about what the word sans means in regards to fonts, and it's just whether or not
Sans
Rassie's
from the
actually
French
picked it.
without.
Yes, it has to do with the like little pointy bits on the ends of the letters.
I'm just taking notes. I'm taking
Yeah.
notes of all of this. Like, okay, yeah, no,
I
like a good
I
respectable
see.
font
Alphabetica.
will elevate a document. Okay.
Font choice,
Uh,
font choice, font choice. You just hear Velamris saying that over and over.
You
All
two,
right,
you two
you
may
hear a notice throughout the ship. Bing! All crew members throughout the ship hear this. Rogue trader Chaderius Darkwind does not play with dolls. End of announcement.
I did not see you playing with your dolls again.
Spaceballs.
All right, you two managed to offend the Chamberlain, by the way.
Oh,
I mean, he is a ranking officer, and you weren't dismissed.
oh. I'll have to send him an email indicating my
I
apologies.
I smoothed it out.
Oh, well, thank you.
Now, you wanted to go and see about these portraits, Rassie?
Yes, I think it's very important that the DDT are constantly reminded who they work for. So in the bunker and everywhere that the command suite will be set up for the DDT, I wish for there to be portraits of the line of command that they serve, so there's never any question.
Yes. I can see it now, a picture of you, my hands upon your shoulder, the road trader's hands upon mine.
The God Emperor rising into the sky behind, a halo around his head.
The halo is important. You have to have that.
That sounds epic and on brand for the show. And I think the symbolism that Holly's proposing would sail right over Rassie's head. Let's make it happen.
You enter one of the forward observation areas with just thin, reinforced glass. Just like hexagonal patterns all along the front. You can see that there is occasionally like silver lining that should be on the outside of the ship. The ceramide or whatever is so thin that the silver is breaking through to the inside of the ship. There is a servitor whose chest has become like a fold out set of like dyes and such, and the painter is inside just pre-mixing colors. He sees you and says, "Ah, buongiorno, my friends, buongiorno. I will paint your paintings. You wish to have a portrait, yes?"
Yes. The appointment was like 14 hours later, right?
Yes.
So,
I'm assuming you're all dressed and ready to go.
so Rassie was thinking about this ahead of time.
Yeah.
So he brought his DDT dress uniform with him, and during the 14 hours, he had somebody do the press and everything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm assuming that in that time that Velamris' most recently purchased extravagant suit was brought up, and then he's going to modify it slightly to give it a slightly more militant approach. So there's more of like a cape and a kind of a high rising collar to it.
Master Van Lucht, let me ask. I see here you want a portrait. What you want a portrait for? What you want it to do?
I need a series of portraits done, one of myself included, so that regardless of where the DDT are, they can gaze upon the line of leadership and responsibility that they are loyal to.
He stands up and he begins pacing in like a racetrack pattern, and then after a few minutes of not saying anything, he comes back to you and says, "You know, I have a counterpart. We have a new ship in the fleet. You know about this?"
Yes,
You seem surprised when you say yes.
that was the player, not the character. Sorry.
No, you know, the new rogue trader. He comes to meet with a potential grandson, yes? You know him. We don't talk about it, but maybe he disappeared. But the ship, it still must go somewhere. You know, boom. Wreck gone, now we all fly together as a fleet. They have over there T-shirt press. They're making the memes.
He's talking about the Hand of Calixtus. I just thought of that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I like the
I
fact
forgot
that
the
he's
Hand
got-
of Calixtus was here.
Yes, you understand now. We on the same page. They make product over there. Well, here's what I say. You ever see guardsmen? They keep pictures of their loved ones in the back of the Imperial Infantryman primer. Here's what we do. This is what I think. We get your picture and we make a big portrait and we put it in all the administrative areas so you watch over all the bureaucrats and all the little clerkmen. And then you give all the infantrymen, you put your picture in the back of their primers. We print it out, large scale, and then we sell them the t-shirts. So when they go on liberty, your face is looking at everyone.
Velamris is gonna lean over to Rassie and be like, you could make it a unit t-shirt and make it a mandatory uniform item and charge them a nominal fee to compensate the workers who put the shirts together.
He wraps his arm around you and says, "What's your name again?"
Velamris. I've
You're
been
going
studying some of the
places
rogue
in this
traders.
organization, Mr. Velamris. I like you. You're a good acquisition for the rogue trade. You
I've
don't know
been
how
taking
I thought.
notes
What
on
did you
how to
call
be-
this? A unit t-shirt?
Yes, for the drop troopers. It would
Oh,
be
I'm
a
going to
drop
spread
trooper
this
specific
idea.
shirt.
This is the good meme. The one that you spread. It's in your brain now. Good. Okay. What do you think, Rassie?
James.
This is well,
Sorry.
I think you have crafted a wonderful loyalty and morale boosting thing for me to work with.
Understood.
I think
I don't give a fuck about any of that. I work for a rogue trader. Money. Money is what matters, my friend. You and I, we gonna make it a rogue trader some money. And we gonna take it from the people who work from you. That's how you keep it in the family.
learn so much, and yet I'm always learning more.
Sit the fuck down. We're gonna make you look so handsome.
So Rassie's idea, working with this, is he's going to make it so that the t-shirts they wear in their uniforms are going to have like on the chest like the DDT and Rassie's face, and then on the back, because he should always be looking at the back of his advancing troops, is going to be the rogue trader.
Ah,
Watching their
Darkwind.
backs. Yeah,
And you know what
then
they
can
say?
be-
If the rogue trader's face touches the dirt, you have to burn the flag. It has to be disposed of properly.
Or you make him do push-ups, one or the other.
and then because I think this is great, it's totally on brand for whatever. We're gonna make a you know how like there was a whole thing, right? You know, we roll into a place and give away like gifts to kill children for
What?
you know, for hearts and minds, right?
Sorry,
Just
did
give
you
them-
say gifts to kill children?
gifts for children, not to kill children?
Okay, did I mishear?
I don't know.
Okay.
So I want to set up like swag that so when the DDT drop, they can be like, don't worry, the Darkwind drop troopers are here, and then like make them take swag and then make them pay for it.
Ah, invoice them for the aid package drop.
Yes,
I see you're a member of the United
It's all
States
branded.
military.
and it's all branded.
Wow. That is so on brand for a rogue trader. Premium
So-
water bottle, sir? That'll be $5, starving refugee.
Exactly.
It goes right up there with a unit t-shirt that is not mandatory, that you have to pay for.
I feel like I'm learning so much about the dark side of the military.
Oh, wait until I talk to you about the military balls.
What's I don't want to know about
I
that
still
at all.
have my unit t-shirts in a box.
Somewhere out
It's-
there, a civilian who used to be in the military wearing dark sunglasses, standing in a civ facility, is salivating over all of this stuff.
I remember I was there.
You're telling
yeah.
me I could charge them $50 if they're missing one sock? Oh yeah.
That's
They're
about
because-
never, they're never leaving the Marines, buddy.
And because well, why not? Let's fully embrace the satire here. Make it so that in all of their barracks rooms and the barracks that we built, no matter where they stay, whether it's a tent or they're sleeping next to a tree or whatever, they have to hang up a picture of the rogue trader.
I honestly think that's probably less ridiculous than what they normally have to do for Imperial Guardsmen.
Yeah, but they have to buy that from the unit, and the
yes, of course.
and our totally commissar, not a commissar, inspects them regularly, and if there's too much wear, they have to purchase a replacement for it and then honor the previous one.
It's not like the Imperial, like the Upper Primer, they get executed about having it. They have to buy a new one each time they lose it. and it's
And you
designed
remind them
which
how
is-
that's. I'm sorry. Go ahead, James. Go ahead.
It's designed something which is easy to lose. You know,
Yeah.
it's small, or you know, it's yeah.
And you remind them how much better they have, that they only have to pay for it with cash instead of their lives whenever they have to replace it.
And because we're just going all out on this, we're gonna make our own DDT primer, and they're gonna need to keep up with buying the new editions of them as we make changes and update the tactics and the prescribed rules in them.
Hey, we're going to go on break, guys, before you say too much else.
I think we broke Arthur.
I'm worried that the game is going to just turn into how badly you're going to fuck over your military.
So before we go, sorry to do this again. So we're 5 minutes late starting. We do like a 5-10 minute break, then we're going to be coming back about 10 minutes past. I have to leave here at like right after our finish time. So are we able to sort of do any more?
Yeah, we could wrap it up here if you want to.
Well, what it means, like, I could keep going next, but I would have to we'd have to stop so I could get out. We'd only have half an hour.
You want to just skip the break then?
So it's like, do you want to do another half an hour, or do you want to leave it here? Basically,
I think I want to leave it here with the portrait. Actually, I'm just glad we got back, but I do want to menace and look over Pondo's shoulder because he's playing Daggerheart and I haven't seen it before.
Yeah,
I want to lurk.
But he's in the live. I was thinking that too. But he's in the live streaming channel. So
yeah, what a mistake.
Is he recording it?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean,
One way to find out.
it's not the cast member game. It's just a one shot so that he can get used to it, you know?
Yeah.
But I still need to get used to it as well. I'm over here. Pondo's like, I'd like to make a map. And I'm like, we have to create the 6 forgotten gods whose names are lost and will never be spoken again in the show.
But you have to establish their names.
We need to know how the world began before we can start designing the first tutorial quest in the starting area.
As an aspiring author at one point, and somewhat still to my life, I have begun many stories with, well, how did the world begin? And it's really like, you just fast forward several million years and that's when your story begins. But no, let's go ahead and start with world creation in a very literal sense.
Brandon Sanderson's dying as you're saying this. How do we end an episode? I don't remember
Experience points,
how
that's how you end an
XP
episode.
works. Hold on. I'm going to have to reread the Game Master channel.
Well,
In my
usually it gives about
defense,
1,000
it has
experience.
been 76 days since I've had to do this.
Now, I do believe I accomplished my short-term goal.
I
and
did
barring
accomplish-
anything insane happening, I might actually finish my long-term goal next session.
I'm going to argue that my initial goal was to speak with someone about starting the order, and I did that, but it's kind of a loose, flimsy one, so it's up to you whether or not
I
I get
don't
the
know.
extra
I
50.
feel like you went to him and he goes, I'm not really the person you should be talking to, and you agreed. So I don't know about that, Omar.
I hear you, and I'm going to raise it that I have furthered my movement towards that goal, so does that count?
Oh, you and your
To my long-term
good
goal, I should
points.
say.
You think that you can just progress short-term goals after short-term? Yeah, okay, take your 50. And you can take 50. Holly, I don't know that you could take 50 for that. But all of you can take 70 for today's episode on top of the other 50s that you got.
70 total? Or 70 for
Each
the
of you
episode?
may also pick one scarce or rare piece of equipment to bring with you.
Fireproof clothing. No, I'm just kidding.
I yeah, I've been achieving my player
Holy shit,
goals
James, you
for
were
this
shit
session.
talking my Italian accent?
Yeah, he was.
Wow, brutal.
Yeah, I've been achieving my player goal for this session for this game, which is to roll as few dice as possible, and when I do roll, make sure that they are horribly skewed in my favor.
Yeah, you've been doing that for
You
sure.
you definitely, James, you may take 50 experience points for yourself.
No. So
What?
as of today's session,
You can't do that.
He met his short-term goal as a player.
so
He doesn't need more experience points.
I know.
as of this session, I added Eidetic Memory, Ever Vigilant, Field Medicae, Icon Bearer, Read Lips, Supreme Commander.
Wow, I'm super interested in what Icon Bearer is.
It means that if I'm holding a what do you call it, a holy icon,
Yeah.
which I am, that any allies within 30 feet of me get the benefit of the icon too.
Wow. Okay, that sounds pretty good.
Let's see.
Which it's basically +1 SL to fear test. So they already get +2 from other abilities as well. So I am inspiring insane amounts of faith in people by being near me.
All right. Just know that the opening sequence was, of course, the Slanesh Cacophony Noise Marines versus Blood Pact Color Guard Drumline. But there was an alternate open that I was going to do that would be unhelmeted Chaos Space Marines doing a Glee Club. That's right, guys. We got to go to nationals, like hyping each other up before they go do a performance. But I decided that was more cringe than having Noise Marines do Latin music and then do absolute metal performance on board.
Look, I could see the Meraviglia being either heavy metal or a cappella singing. You know, like I know in the books it involved like traditional classical music instruments, but I think that I could see like an a cappella glee group being the Meraviglia.
Well, I went a different direction.
And hopefully having fate for next session means that if I do get to what I'm trying to do, I might not Kyle Morgan myself.
Wow.
You
What
walk
a
yourself into a
specific
fight you
reference.
can't get out of and then lose.
I mean, I could have gotten out of it, and I chose to lose in a way that I wasn't going to remember losing.
Wow. Dark. Are we good for next week?
I am.
I'm glad we got back together, audience as well. Thanks for rejoining us too.
Hi guys, we're back.
But we're about to go. You're saying we're back, but we're literally like 20 seconds from ending the episode. My God, I think that's the end screen right there.
Oh,
Omar.
he figured out how to end the episode.
No.